Welcome to Void Realities, a place where restless minds can drift into calm. Tonight we explore a question as gentle as it is vast. String theory. Is everything just vibration? Imagine the universe not as solid matter, but as music. Every atom, every star, every heartbeat a hidden note in a cosmic song. As you listen, let the rhythm of science carry you into rest, and allow curiosity to soften into dream. String theory. Is everything just vibration? You close your eyes, and the world grows quiet. Yet even in the silence, something deeper begins to stir. There is a rhythm beneath stillness, a faint hum that is not sound but sensation. It is as if existence itself is breathing, not in air, but in a softer, more ancient way. You imagine yourself floating in a vast, dark expanse. At first it feels empty, but slowly you begin to notice delicate ripples brushing against you. They are gentle, like the surface of a lake touched by wind. You realize these ripples are everywhere. Not on water, but in the fabric of reality itself. For a long time, people thought of the universe as made of tiny, solid pieces, like unbreakable grains of sand. They called them atoms, and for a while, it felt like the mystery had been solved. But when scientists looked closer, when they pressed deeper into the heart of matter, the solidness dissolved. The particles we thought were simple began to blur, to shift, to behave more like waves than like stones. And this is where the first notes of the hidden music appear. Imagine plucking a guitar string. The string itself is not sound. It is motion. The vibration travels into the air, and only then does your ear catch it, transform it into tone. In the same way, the smallest ingredients of reality may not be fixed things at all, but patterns of vibration. Each particle, each tiny spark of matter, carries a kind of rhythm. Some vibrate with quick, bright energy, others with slower, heavier tones. Together, they weave the world you walk through. The solidity of a chair, the warmth of a flame, the softness of your skin. All are different notes in this unending orchestra. As you listen with your imagination, the universe begins to feel less like a machine and more like a song. Not a song that begins or ends, but one that has always been playing, stretching across the whole of time. You are both the listener and a note within it, resonating quietly in your own way. You breathe in, and your lungs expand with air, molecules vibrating in countless combinations. You breathe out, and your body joins the exchange, sending new rhythms back into the atmosphere. Even your heart is percussion, steady, rhythmic, carrying you forward, beat by beat. Science often speaks in measurements and numbers, but here, in this meditative space, you can feel the science as story. Energy becomes melody. Waves become the rising and falling of breath. Physics is not a textbook, but a lullaby, reminding you that you are part of something vast yet intimate. Close your eyes again. Imagine standing in a great concert hall, but the hall is the cosmos. Instead of instruments, there are particles. Instead of sheet music, there are laws of nature. Gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak forces. Each one is like a section of the orchestra, guiding the rhythm of strings, quarks, photons. Their interplay is not chaos. It is a quiet, precise harmony. And so you begin to trust the rhythm around you. The rising and falling of waves in the quantum world is not disorder, but design. What looks like randomness is, at another level, music too deep for your ears, too vast for your mind, but still felt by the quiet center of your being. Even you, in this moment, are vibration. The atoms in your body never sit still. They tremble with thermal motion, shift with the pull of unseen forces, sing in frequencies you cannot hear but always carry. You are not fixed. You are flowing. Not static, but resonant. And as you surrender to this thought, a soft awareness blooms. Perhaps the secret of existence is not about matter at all. but about movement. Perhaps everything you know is simply vibration slowed down, shaped into form. The stars, the earth, your body, your thoughts, all ripples, all music, all part of the same eternal song. You rest in this realization, allowing it to cradle you like a lullaby. The universe is not silent. It never has been. It is always humming, always singing, always alive. And just as you begin to settle into this rhythm, another question arises gently, almost like the next note in a melody. If the music of existence is real, what are the strings that carry it? You float again in the stillness, carrying with you the memory of vibration. The music of existence lingers, soft as a distant hum. And now, gently, you're invited to look closer, not with your eyes, but with your imagination. Deeper, deeper still until the ordinary dissolves. Picture an atom, the building block of everything you touch. It seems impossibly small, yet it holds a vastness inside. Electrons circle like faint clouds. The nucleus rests at the center, dense and powerful. But even here, you have not reached the end. Within the nucleus, protons and neutrons reside. Within them, smaller particles still, quarks, flicker and dance. And if you let your mind press past even this final layer, you enter a world so small, so delicate, that language begins to falter. Here, at the foundation, some scientists believe, lie the tiniest threads of all, strings. They are not like strings you can touch. They are not visible chords vibrating in air. They are loops of pure energy, curled into sizes far smaller than an atom. Imagine them stretched so thin that even a microscope the size of a planet could not reveal them. Yet they are there, pulsing, moving, singing in silence. Each string is not defined by what it is, but by how it moves. A guitar string can play many notes depending on how it vibrates. In the same way, a single fundamental string might become an electron or a photon or a quark, depending on its pattern of motion. Matter is not many different ingredients. It is many different songs played on the same hidden thread. You begin to feel the beauty in this idea. It is not about countless separate pieces of matter scattered like marbles. It is about one instrument, one set of strings, weaving every possibility through vibration. The stone on the ground, the light from the sun, the breath you take, all may be different melodies of the same cosmic thread. The thought is soothing. It simplifies the world, not into emptiness, but into unity. You are not built from random fragments. You are woven from the same cloth, the same quiet threads that run through galaxies and stars. The universe itself is not a pile of disconnected parts. It is one vast fabric, trembling with hidden rhythm. Close your eyes and imagine this fabric stretched beneath you. Each string quivers, creating ripples that combine into the world you know. When they vibrate with one pattern, you see light. With another, you see mass. With another still, you feel the invisible tug of gravity. Every force, every particle, every experience is a note struck upon these threads. And yet, you cannot see them. They are too small, hidden beyond the reach of any telescope or microscope. Even the largest machines built by human hands, particle colliders smashing atoms at near light speeds, cannot fully uncover them. Strings, if they exist, remain whispers at the edge of perception, but perhaps you do not need to see them to sense their meaning. You can imagine their presence the way you sense wind in the trees. You cannot see the air itself, yet you know it is there, bending branches, carrying scents, filling your lungs. In the same way, the trembling of strings may be unseen, but still real, shaping every corner of existence. As you rest in this thought, the stillness around you feels alive. The chair beneath you, the sound of your breath, even your heartbeat. All of it is vibration. None of it is ever perfectly still. The illusion of solidity fades, replaced by the comfort of movement. the knowledge that life is not frozen but flowing at every level. You feel lighter. You feel part of something that cannot be reduced, cannot be broken apart. For if strings are real, then you are as infinite as the vibrations themselves. Your body is not a cage of matter, but a symphony of hidden threads, moving in concert with the cosmos. And as you let this thought lull you, another wonder begins to stir. If strings are truly the foundation of reality, what kind of space allows them to dance? Could it be that the universe must hold more than the three familiar dimensions you know? Could there be hidden realms, folded tightly, where strings find the room to sing? You drift now into the thought of strings, trembling softly at the root of everything. But a question hums at the edge of your awareness. Where do these strings move? What kind of stage allows them to vibrate, to play their hidden notes? At first, you think of the space you know. You are used to three familiar directions: forward and back, left and right, up and down. These dimensions shape your body, your movement, your everyday sense of place. You can walk across a room, climb a hill, or reach for the sky, always within these three coordinates. But for the music of strings to unfold, this space may not be enough. Imagine a violin. Its strings do not simply vibrate up and down. They twist, ripple, resonate in subtle patterns across their surface. Without depth, without extra room, the notes would flatten and vanish. In the same way, the strings of reality need more than three dimensions. They need hidden spaces, curled tightly out of view, where their vibrations can take form. Physicists who explore this theory speak of extra dimensions, perhaps 6, perhaps 7, layered upon the three you know. They are not wide like the sky or vast like the sea. They are curled so small, so compact, that you could walk through them endlessly and never notice. They are woven into the very fabric of existence, invisible folds within the cloth of space. To imagine them, think of a garden hose lying in the sun. From far away, it looks like a single line stretched across the ground. But as you approach, you see it has depth, roundness, a circular dimension wrapped tightly around it. In the same way, space may look flat and simple from where you stand, but hidden within it are loops and folds, too small to detect, yet shaping every vibration of the strings that weave your world. These extra dimensions act as the tuning pegs of the cosmic instrument. A string vibrating in one pattern becomes a particle of light. Shift the dimension, and it hums as matter. Twist it again, and the force of gravity emerges. The unseen folds of space determine the notes strings can play, deciding which possibilities become real. It is humbling to think that the world you know, the solidity of your body, the warmth of the sun, the pull of the earth beneath your feet, may depend on dimensions you cannot touch or see. They are not imaginary. They are essential, quietly shaping every breath you take. You pause, letting this settle in your mind. Space is not empty. It is not merely a container holding stars and planets. It is an active partner, a hidden symphony hall where the music of existence is performed. Without its unseen architecture, there would be no harmony, no particles, no life. The idea stretches your imagination. You try to picture these dimensions, but they slip away, too delicate for the eye. And yet, perhaps you do not need to picture them. You can feel them the way you feel depth in music. You cannot see a note's layers, but you know when it resonates, when it carries harmony. In the same way, hidden dimensions may be known not by sight, but by the harmony they create in the fabric of reality. And so you rest, comforted by the thought that there is more than you can perceive, that the universe holds secrets not as barriers, but as gentle reminders that wonder always remains. What you see is never all there is. Behind every familiar shape lies a deeper layer, a hidden room, an unseen thread. Your body, too, becomes part of this vision. Every particle within you hums according to the folds of space. The architecture of hidden dimensions guides your being, tunes the strings that give you form. You are, in every sense, a living expression of higher spaces. You breathe more slowly now. The thought is not overwhelming, but calming. You are part of a design you cannot fully grasp, yet it holds you, sustains you, cradles you. Like a lullaby sung in a language you cannot translate, it carries you anyway. And just as your mind begins to settle into this unseen fabric, another thought arises. If every string sings through hidden dimensions, what is it that gives each vibration its identity? How can the same thread of energy become light in one moment, matter in another, gravity in the next? You rest in the thought of hidden dimensions, curled too tightly to see yet vital to the song of strings. But a new question whispers to you now. If strings are truly the foundation of all things, then how do they create the incredible variety of the universe? How can the same delicate thread become light, matter, or even you? To begin, imagine again the string of an instrument. The same violin string can play a low, steady hum or a bright, high tone. Nothing about the material of the string changes, only its vibration. One pattern creates one sound, another creates something entirely different. In the same way, the strings of reality are not limited to a single identity. Their essence is vibration. Shift the rhythm, alter the pattern, and the world changes. A string vibrating one way becomes an electron, carrying electricity through your body and your technology. Vibrate it another way, and it becomes a photon, a particle of light, moving endlessly across space. With yet another rhythm, it hums as a quark, the building block of protons and neutrons. The incredible diversity of matter and energy is not built from countless different materials. It is built from countless different songs played upon the same instrument. You are not made of foreign pieces glued together. You are woven from variations of the same hidden thread, each vibration lending its identity to the whole. This thought makes the universe feel simpler and more mysterious at once. Simpler because everything is connected through one foundation. Mysterious because identity itself becomes fluid. What you call a particle is not a solid object, but a temporary performance, a rhythm sustained for a moment in time. You look inward, and your body becomes part of this realization. Your bones, your blood, your breath. Each built from atoms, each atom from particles, each particle from vibrations of strings. Your thoughts, too, depend on electrons shifting within neurons, vibrations guiding impulses across your mind. Every laugh, every memory, every dream you hold is carried on patterns of motion. You are not fixed substance. You are music slowed into visibility. Every part of you is resonance, a harmony shaped by strings you cannot see. Even what you call you is not a permanent thing, but a pattern, a dance, a fleeting note in a symphony older and larger than you can imagine. And yet, this realization is not unsettling. It is deeply calming. For music, though fleeting, is never meaningless. A note does not last forever, but while it plays, it matters. It contributes to the song. It gives shape to silence. In the same way, your existence is a contribution to the music of being, brief yet essential, fragile yet real. Identity, then, is not about holding on to a fixed shape. It is about participating in the rhythm, resonating in harmony with all that surrounds you. The light from stars, the atoms in your hands, the sound of your voice. Each one is a vibration, each one a reminder that nothing is separate, nothing is ever truly still. The thought expands beyond your body. Imagine the universe as an orchestra without borders. Photons as flutes, quarks as drums, electrons as strings, all playing in patterns that weave galaxies and stars, oceans and forests, you and your breath. Each identity is temporary, but together they form a symphony that has no beginning and no end. You breathe more slowly, sensing the rhythm within yourself. The pulse of your heart becomes percussion, steady and grounding. The rise and fall of your lungs adds a gentle wave. Even your thoughts have rhythm, arriving and fading like notes. You're not outside the music. You're inside it, part of it, shaped by it. And so you rest in the knowledge that identity is not about holding still, but about vibrating in your own way. You are not separate from light or matter or energy. You are another rhythm, another song, woven into the grand composition. Yet as you surrender to this thought, one question lingers. If every note depends on its relationship to others, if every vibration is part of a larger harmony, then how are these strings connected? Could the threads of your being be entangled with the threads of distant stars, bound together in ways you cannot see? You rest now in the thought that identity is vibration. Every particle, every being, every thought shaped by rhythm. But in music, no note stands entirely alone. A single sound may be beautiful, yet it becomes something greater when joined by others. The same is true for strings. They do not exist in isolation. They are woven together, connected in ways that stretch beyond distance, beyond time. Physicists describe this through the mysterious principle of entanglement. Two particles, born together, can become linked so deeply that what happens to one instantly shapes the other, even across vast separation. It is as if two notes played on opposite ends of the universe still resonate as one chord. Imagine striking a bell in one corner of existence and another bell, far away, trembles in harmony. No sound passes between them, no signal travels through the void. Yet the vibration is shared. This is the hidden bond of entangled strings. In your own life, you have felt this in quieter ways. The sudden memory of someone you love, arriving without reason. The sense of connection to a place you have never visited but still feels familiar. The way your heartbeat seems to settle when someone sits beside you in silence. These may be echoes of the same truth. That separation is less real than it seems, that you are woven into a web more intricate than your senses can show. Close your eyes and picture this web. Each string vibrates not alone but in concert with others. Waves ripple outward, touching countless threads. A disturbance here shapes the rhythm there. The universe is not a collection of separate instruments, but a vast symphony in which every note is felt everywhere. The thought brings comfort. You're not a solitary being drifting in emptiness. You are connected to stars, to trees, to strangers you will never meet. Their vibrations touch you, and yours touch them. The fabric of existence carries your resonance across distance you cannot imagine. Even science, with its careful language, admits to this wonder. Experiments have shown entangled particles responding in unity across kilometers, across entire laboratories. And though we cannot yet see how this unfolds across the scale of galaxies, the principle remains. Connection runs deeper than space, deeper than time. You begin to feel this in your breath. Each inhale draws in air shaped by countless lives. Trees that released oxygen in forests far away, oceans that exhaled their vapor into clouds, people whose lungs shared the same atmosphere. Each exhale returns part of you to the same network, carrying your vibration outward. You're entangled not only in theory, but in every moment of being. Consider the stars above. The light reaching you tonight may have left its source thousands of years ago. Yet as it touches your eyes, you become part of its journey. Your perception, your awareness, completes the circuit. You and the star are linked, two ends of a single note stretched across time. The illusion of separation fades. What you call self and other are not boundaries, but harmonies. A tree grows because the sun vibrates as light. The soil carries minerals, the air offers breath. You live because of that tree, exchanging molecules in an endless dance. Entanglement is not only a scientific curiosity, it is the truth of your every heartbeat. You pause, feeling the calm weight of this knowledge. You are part of a chorus. Every movement, every thought, every sound you release is absorbed into the greater music. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is lost. And yet, the mystery deepens. If strings are entangled across space and time, if every vibration is shared, then what is the instrument that holds them all? What kind of structure can carry the resonance of galaxies, of stars, of you, without breaking? You have followed the trail of strings, from the music of existence to threads too small to see, through hidden dimensions and the vibrations that form identity, into the web of entanglement. Now, gently, you are invited to step back, to widen your vision. If all of this is true, if every particle is vibration, if every note is connected, then the universe itself is not just a stage, it is an instrument. Imagine an orchestra hall. You sit in silence as the musicians prepare. Strings stretch, woodwinds breathe, percussion waits with poised hands. But here, the players are galaxies, stars, atoms, and you. The score is written not on paper, but in the laws of physics, in the hidden dimensions of space and time. Every sound, every resonance is part of a vast performance unfolding since the birth of the cosmos. Galaxies swirl in spirals, their arms like great chords struck across the strings of space-time. Stars flare and dim, each one a drumbeat in the cosmic rhythm. Planets orbit, weaving gentle harmonies, their paths circular, yet singing with infinite subtlety. Even black holes, silent and unseen, hum in gravity's deep register, bending space itself into tone. And then there is the smallest scale. Atoms trembling like violins, molecules shifting like flutes, photons rushing like whispers of wind through reeds. You are surrounded by layers of music, from the infinite to the microscopic, each note supporting the other. To think of the universe as an instrument is to feel its wholeness. There are no wasted notes, no mistakes. What seems chaotic from one perspective is harmony from another. A storm, a star's collapse, a heartbeat, all are part of the same composition. You cannot always hear the melody clearly, but it is there, always flowing, always resonant. You pause to listen, not with your ears, but with your imagination. The night sky above you is no longer silent. Every point of light hums in its own frequency. Together, they form chords too vast to comprehend. And yet, somehow, you belong to that music. Your body, your breath, your thoughts are vibrations woven into the same fabric. Even silence becomes part of the performance. Just as music depends on rests and pauses, the universe balances sound with stillness, energy with emptiness, presence with absence. The spaces between stars, the quiet between heartbeats, these are not voids, but essential parts of the song. Without them, the notes could not be heard, the rhythm could not be felt. The realization brings comfort. Life may sometimes feel fractured, full of noise or uncertainty. Yet underneath, there is always this deeper music, holding everything together. You do not need to understand every law of physics, every theory of strings to sense it. It is enough to know you are part of the harmony, one voice in the unending song. And perhaps this is why people have always turned to music itself, long before they knew of strings or particles. A lullaby calms a child, not only through words, but through resonance, through vibration felt in the body. A drum beat echoes the heart. A flute mimics the breath. Music has always been a mirror of existence, reminding us of what we are. Sound shaped into form, vibration woven into being. Now, as you imagine yourself within the universe's instrument, you feel your place more clearly. You are not the conductor, nor the whole orchestra. You are a single note, brief and fragile, yet essential. Without your vibration, the song would be less complete. Without your presence, the harmony would lack a piece of itself. You rest in this awareness, letting it soothe you. The cosmos does not ask you to be more than you are. It only asks you to resonate, to play your note, to be part of the ongoing song. And in that acceptance, there is peace. The music does not end. Even as stars burn out, new ones ignite. Even as atoms shift, their vibrations continue. The song is older than time and will outlast your understanding. You do not need to finish it, for it has no finish. You only need to listen, to breathe, to let it carry you. And so you drift, surrounded by the harmony of all things. Galaxies, stars, atoms, you, every note resonating within the cosmic instrument. The universe is music, and you are part of its song. Yet even here, in the closing chord, a question lingers softly, like the final vibration of a bell. If the universe is an instrument, who or what is listening? The journey has carried you far, through vibrations too small to see, through hidden dimensions, through the deep mystery of identity and entanglement, until the universe itself revealed its music. Now, in the quiet of this moment, you are invited to rest. You close your eyes and let the ideas settle, not as facts to memorize, but as feelings to carry. Science can speak in numbers, in equations, in theories that reach across chalkboards. But here, in the stillness, you have felt it differently. You have felt the universe not as a puzzle to solve, but as a lullaby to breathe into. Everything you are is vibration. Your body is not fixed stone, but moving rhythm, atoms humming, cells exchanging notes, breath rising and falling. The warmth of your skin, the pulse of your blood, even the drifting of your thoughts. All are part of the song. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are one of its melodies, played softly in this fleeting moment. And though you may sometimes feel small, the music reminds you that smallness is not emptiness. A single note may seem fragile, but without it, the chord is incomplete. A heartbeat may seem ordinary, but it is one more drum in the orchestra of life. Your existence is a resonance, carried into the vastness, absorbed into the fabric of reality. Nothing you are is ever lost. Outside, the stars shine, their light trembling across unimaginable distances. Some of those rays began their journey before you were born, before your ancestors walked the earth. Tonight, they reach you, touch your eyes, become part of your experience. In this way, you and the stars are already connected, vibrating together across time. It is soothing to know that the same threads of string, the same music of existence, runs through all of it, through galaxies spinning far beyond your sight, through forests breathing quietly on your planet, through every stranger whose heartbeat echoes your own, through you, here, lying in stillness. You are not required to understand it all. The universe does not demand comprehension. It only asks presence. It asks you to rest within its rhythm, to let yourself be carried as gently as a note within a song. You are enough as you are within this harmony. And so you breathe, slowly, softly. Each breath a vibration, each breath a reminder that you belong. The weight of the day fades, the noise quiets, the edges of your awareness soften. You feel yourself cradled not just by your bed, but by the music of existence itself. The song continues. It will play while you sleep. It will play tomorrow, and the day after, and long after the memory of you has folded into the silence. But tonight, it carries you gently, soothing you into rest. And as you drift, one final thought lingers, light as a feather. Perhaps the greatest gift is not knowing the entire melody, but simply listening, simply being part of the music, here and now.